Alright, it's another week. It's another time for some more Toku vlogs. Today we're covering, let's see, Zio episode 4 and Lupinranger versus Patranger episode 33, I think it was. Trying to. Well, yeah, the latest ones. Alright, starting off with X8, Dr. Gamer 2016. Alright, so yeah, as I pretty much guessed last time, yeah, the time tracker Ora, she basically came towards this guy who would eventually become oh yeah, his name is Ida, I think he was. Anyway, she came to him just as, well, yeah, his son was being carted off to the hospital with some like rare heart disease. And she basically said that unless basically as time would have normally proceeded, he would have died. So yeah, she's offering the caveat of him becoming another X8 in order to basically go and save his son. And yeah, the reason why he's been going around and spraying this game and attacking people is because he's looking for people that have similarly sized hearts in order to perform a transplant. Um, Wait, hold. Yeah. For some reason, the subs say that he's specifically targeting kids, but wouldn't it just make sense for people that have a similar build? And how would he even know that people with similar builds for compared to his son would be playing this game, or even get close to beating it in order to get become a target of him? I mean, not every kid plays video games, guys. I know I do, but yeah, not every single person plays video games for like several reasons. And, and yeah, I'm just thinking, yeah, this guy just, and oh yeah, even at the end of the episode, they do have Hero, who, yeah, could literally cut through anything. Yeah, he's an expert heart surgeon, so why wasn't he sent towards that hospital in the first place if they knew that he could be, if Hero was the only one capable of curing his son's condition? I mean, what, did he have, no, what, couldn't he afford the surgery, or nobody knew how, or just this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Again, I don't know anything about Japanese healthcare, but I do know it's like single payer use or something like that. But again, I don't know a whole lot about that. But if they knew that Hero was in was in the area and he could cure this kid's condition, nobody considered him an option. Okay, so yeah, instead of Shirokuro moving on to making the writers look like idiots, he decides to make the Japanese healthcare system look like a bag of idiots. Good job there, dude. And yeah, speaking of idiot doctors, yeah, apparently, well, it's reiterated that whenever another writer is defeated and then revived by the time jackers, the the timeline is reset so that the another writer is the default writer. Yeah, basically, yeah. When another X8 was revived, Emu lost all of his memories and powers of being X8, and yet he still knows how to access the game space that another X8 is hiding in to try and convince him to stop this. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Shut up or I'm gonna get kicked in the head by a horse. Got it. And yeah, apparently, well, it's not really explained, but it's implied that when the another writer is defeated, the ride watch that they've been using to become another writer is actually transformed into the ride watches that Zio and Gates utilizes. So that explains where they come from and how Sogo is able to give the ride watch to the legendary rider to give to him in the future. Again, it's not said out loud, but it's heavily implied. Just a little bit of clarification because otherwise these ride watches just come completely out of nowhere. Oh, and yeah, this episode is more than a little bit annoying, especially with how Emu is acting. Well, okay, I'm not going to say out of character because this is actually still kind of a little bit consistent with him. Yeah, considering how he still wanted to save, the goddamn Kuroto. I tried to save him when he was going completely bananas. And yeah, no matter what, a doctor's duty is to save people. So yeah, him confronting another X8 and trying to convince him to stop these attacks, that's consistent with his character. But again, the means of which he's doing it is very head scratching. And again, if he's lost his memories and powers as XA, he shouldn't be able to enter the game space to confront another XA to do this. This is because again, setting consistency. Who needs all that garbage? And okay, yeah, that's okay. I'm still gonna try and pepper in some compliments there. Yeah, they finally do address the whole Sogo becoming Omazio kind of thing. Yeah, he knows that Gates and Tsukiyomi, they don't hate and the him he is now. They do hate the unholy demon bastard that he becomes in the future. So basically, yeah, Sogo, he still wants to help people. He does acknowledge what I said back in the first vlog, that a king, how it relates to being a Kamen Rider, utilizes his powers to protect his people. And so, yeah, that is still what he wants to do. He wants the power of a king to ensure the safety of those around him. But he knows that, well, eventually Omazio is going to be coming up, and he knows that, well, apparently right now he believes that he will become Omazio, sorry. So, long story short, if Tsukiyomi and Gates see him starting to come down to the path of Omazio, yeah, he's given them full permission to kill him. Yeah, it's a nice little bit of, it shows that Sogo is not a complete oblivious idiot about all this. Yeah, he does consider that, yeah, he does still want to be king to protect protect people, but he knows that if he becomes Omazio, then, that's gonna dampen his goals a bit. So, yeah, Gates and Tsukiyomi, basically, yeah, they're there to make sure that if he starts down the dark path, they put a stop to him immediately. And this actually leads to a bit of a theory of mine about this whole thing. Yeah, see, Waz shows up again to basically go and pat Zio on the back once he gains access to the X8 Ride Watch and becomes a Zio X8 armor. Yeah, my personal theory is that Waz is actually the real Omazio, and while Sogo is the true Zio, the one who first gained the power, he's basically just only used to unlock the powers while Waz stands in the background. And once he's gotten all the ride watches, that's when Waz comes in, swipes the belt, and then becomes the true Demon King Omazio. Yeah, it's basically like, yeah, Sogo is a proxy. And yeah, he set up that he was the one who will become the great Demon King. And basically built up that Sogo will and is Omazio in order to hide his true identity, so that when all the power is his, they'll just be on a wild goose chase tracking down someone who, while kind of naive and silly and kind of short-sighted, is not the world-destroying monster that they've been trained to fear. Yeah, I'm betting that's what's going to happen, or at least if it is, well, yeah, it would be like a really smart idea, and well, it's not really out of the ordinary. I mean, let's see, if I remember right, King Louis of France, during the French Revolution, or throughout history, kings have left proxies, like body doubles of themselves on the throne. So that when there's revolutions and rebellions going around, they could just flee to safety, while the patsy, well, I mean, anyone who's seen History of the World Part 1 knows exactly what I'm talking about. Oi, I get it! I get it! Yep, you got it. It's good to be the king sometimes, But yeah, they managed to pacify another Zio. He and his son get to Hero in time to have the surgery. And yeah, in 2018, everything's all hunky-dory. And yeah, Waz ends this out by narrating that there's another Legend Rider that's going to be up on the chopping block soon, and it's everyone's favorite conehead, Forze. Cameo Kita! And yeah, actually, apparently next time is going to be a double whammy, Forze and Fies. Alright, well, we'll see how that plays out. And speaking of playing out, anyways, yeah, it's time for Lupinranger versus Patranger. And speaking of weird, disturbing revelations, apparently Noelle and the Lupin Rangers don't know that getting all the collection pieces will result in a good scenario. Yeah, okay, backing up a bit here. Yeah, the episode deals with a ganglar called Envy, or Envy, whatever. This weird bird monster thing that's been, whose power is to transform people, have people regress in age to children, by attacking them with the, projectiles from the, dead bird's nest on its head. Yeah, basically, it's a Lisi and Set all over again. Only, unlike with that Looney Tune, well, the people who've been reduced to children don't lose their memories of their lives as adults. So yeah, it's less Elysian Set and kind of more Lord Zed turning the Earth around. The beginning of the Alien Ranger saga. Anyways, yeah, the Lupin Rangers get hit by MB's age reduction beams and are reduced to kids. Yeah, normally they were just like, all right, we'll just wait for Noel and the Path Rangers to go in and take him down, get the Lupin collection piece, and then then they'll just wait. They'll just sit things out. Normally it'd be that simple, right? Wrong. See, Umika, she dropped her versus changer, and the Path Rangers have it. So now they have to go and play a little. Now they have to infiltrate the Patrangers HQ in order to get the versus changer back. And yeah, Noel normally would have just been like, Mona, très bien. I'll just go and take this into custody. But Keiichiro, actually being smart is like, yeah, non, mon ami. Yeah, we know you're just gonna give it back to the thieves, so you and I are gonna go and track down that ganglar. So Sakuya and Tsukasa are left to bring the versus changer back to Global Police HQ, which in turn will be transferred to the France HQ. And oh boy. So yeah, okay. Leading back to that little revelation I was talking about a couple of minutes ago. Yeah, apparently Noel and the Patranger and the Lupin Rangers don't know if the collection pieces, when they're all gathered together, will actually grant them a wish. They have no idea what's going to happen. That's just what they've been told. Oh boy. Yeah, this opens up a whole lot of questions and actually starts to potentially justify the Patrangers focusing on the Ganglar. You see, yeah, well, since they don't know if the wish is actually what's going to happen, I've got another theory brewing, and that apparently, I'm thinking that once all the collection pieces are gathered, it's actually going to resurrect the real Arsène Lupin, and he's going to come back as some sort of unholy evil monster or something like that. Basically, he played them all for fools. Well, again, this is just a good guess, and I actually wait. Shouldn't they have asked Goody about all this? Shouldn't they already know? Shouldn't the Lupin Rangers and Noel already know about this? Since yeah, Goody is a sentient collection piece. He was granted life by Lupin himself. He should know the man's whole MO better than anyone. So yeah, shouldn't Goody be there to confirm whether or not the pieces will actually grant their wish? Or was he? Did he have a gag order put on him by Lupin or something like that? Or have his memory scrubbed out or something like that? And yeah, Kogure, even though he's working with the Lupin Rangers, it's only to retrieve the collection pieces and store them inside of his little magic book. So yeah, he's not a reliable source on this either, even though at the end of the episode he does manage to not only get the Versus Changer back, but also manages to get the kid Lupin Rangers out of the Patrangers' custody by assuming the form of their, mother. And yeah, good little bit of subterfuge on Kogure's part, but I'm not sure if it's on par with Spencer from Overdrive, aka the only good part about Overdrive. But still, bravo. Alright, yeah, anyways, back to my theories here. Yeah, if it's not guaranteed a resurrection, then what does that mean? Yeah, if it's going to lead to the apocalypse happening when all the collection pieces are gathered, then suddenly the Patrangers attack the Gangler first, worry about the peace later attitude may have a little bit more justification behind that. I mean, they don't know any more than the Lupin Rangers do. I mean, hell, they know even less than that. So, but yeah, for all we know now, the Lupin collection pieces could summon the apocalypse. For all we know. Yeah, this whole thing just raises this whole episode raises a whole lot of questions with a whole lot of unfortunate implications for both sides. And is it going to follow up on that? Well, that remains to be seen. But in the meantime, now, well, let's see what else. Yeah, the Kid Lupin Rangers managed to get the Versus Changer back, and oh god, the way they go about it. Oh jeez. Sorry about that. Yeah. Anyways, the way they go about it, yeah. Kyrie just turns on the since they're little kids now, thanks to Envy. Yeah, Kyrie just gets to use the full cute little boy charm on Tsukasa, and since she's a complete sucker for cuteness, for cute things, she is just complete putty in his hands. And oh god, you little sly son of a oh god. Yeah, it's yeah, okay. As funny as it is, it doesn't exactly leads to Tsukasa and Sakuya getting hit with the idiot stick a couple of times, especially Sakuya. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the episode, Sakuya, for all people, suddenly thinks that that the Lupin Rangers and the Patrangers can't collaborate. I'm sorry, what now? And yeah, apparently it's some sort of public image thing that if the global police who are responsible for protecting the populace are actively collaborating with the Lupin Rangers, it would sully the public trust of them as if their actions in failing to stop the Ganglers before wasn't enough to do the job. And yeah, now I remember a scene from One Piece, where Fujitora is talking with Sengoku, with Sakazuki at the end of the whole Dressrosa incident, where afterwards Fujitora and his men actively got on the ground and begged for forgiveness from King Riku for the world government just letting Don Flamingo run rampant and take over Dressrosa. And yeah, Sakazuki was absolutely furious about this since apparently that shows weakness, actually admitting that you did that you were just completely culpable in letting a psychopath run rampant and enslave an entire kingdom, where Fujitora rightfully called out Sakazuki on his crap by saying that if they lose credibility by admitting to their faults, then they had absolutely no credibility in the first place. I'm ad-libbing a little bit there. I don't have a perfect memory, but again, this kind of that whole conversation just kind of rung in my head a bit when I was seeing them talk about this, and it is really weird coming from Sakuya of all people, since back in before the episode right before Noel showed up, he actually went through this similar arc where he was where he risked getting fired if he left his house arrest because of some jackass official for the global police. Where he expressly said that he doesn't give a damn about his job. The safety of the people comes first. And it's like they just completely backstepped that. One step forward, two steps back. Guys, did you not remember this? I mean, it'd be a lot more understandable coming from Keiichiro or maybe Hilltop or some other high-ranking official in the global police, but Sakuya of all people. I mean, he was the one to bring it up, and Hilltop was the one who said that they couldn't do that. But again, this whole chain of conversation just seems really wrong for Sakuya's character development. I mean, seriously, what the shit, Lana? Ugh. Guys, I'm still enjoying the show, but again, the Lupin Rangers are looking more like the actual heroes, and the Patrangers are slowly but surely, especially with their actions here, becoming unwilling secondary antagonists. Ugh. Alright, well, oh jeez. Alright, so anyways, they managed to defeat NB, get his collection piece, and, yada yada yada. Ugh. For every step that these shows take, It's like they're forced to make a step back. Ugh. I mean, ZO, we know that with ZO, there's lots of bumps in the road already, given the production staff, but it's making some strides. Some strides that I am actually glad that they are addressing, but with Lupinranger versus Patranger, they're taking several steps back, and apparently next episode, we're actually going to start a whole nother story arc revolving around Lupin's personal weapon. And yeah, as if the show didn't have enough, as if it wasn't obvious enough that the Lupin Rangers were the main heroes of the show, and the Patrangers are the secondary antagonists. It looks like the Lupin Magnum is going to give Kyrie a super form. Yeah. So again, once again, the show acknowledges that the Patrangers were basically never meant to exist. Oh God. So yeah, another week, another mixed bag. So, this is David on David's Brain. See you when I see ya.